Okay, because my D2L shell isn't quite up and running, I'm just going to shoot this quick video to run people down on what we did today. First thing, grade sixes and any students who haven't been in my class before, I know today was really fast. And remember, I'm doing that for a reason, and it's to expose you to much of the stuff that we're going to be covering. Take a breath. If you struggle with it, we're going to be going over it next week. So remember, this week I asked you to write down 2 problems, and then I'd like you to write your own and solve them, to do at least 5 to 10 or as many as you want. And you can just use the problems I gave you as a template and then change the numbers, or you can try and move them around and play with them a little bit. So today we looked at order of operations, BEDMAS. Now remember, BEDMAS on its own is a lie. It has to be set up so division and multiplication are in the same kind of level. So we have brackets, exponents, and remember we talked about this, grade 6s and 7s, you don't really need to know this, it's just something you'll see in the next little while. So if we have 4 to the power of 3, that little number tells us how many times we multiply the base by. Again, grade 6s and 7s, you don't really need to do any of the problems that have it. You can try it if you want though. Next thing down, we have division, multiplication, as they occur from left to right. So if the division comes before, then we do that. It's whichever one comes first in the equation. Next thing, last, is addition and subtraction as they occur from left to right. So if the subtraction comes in the problem, let's say we have 2 minus 1 plus 6, we would do the 2 minus 1, which is 1, then the 1 plus 6, which would give us 7. Always in the order as they occur from left to right. So I'm going to do a couple of sample problems for you, just so you have a bit of a reference. So in this problem, I have 4 plus 6 times 2. If we look at our BEDMAS list, do we have any brackets here? We don't, do we? So we don't have to worry about it. We can check it off. Just a little checklist. Do you see any exponents? I don't. Check it off. Now, do we have any division or multiplication? Not there. There's our first one. In all math, we're only ever working with 2 numbers at a time. So the first 2 numbers we need to focus on is the multiplication. Anything that we're not calculating, we're going to just copy straight down. So I'm going to bring my 4 plus, we're not ready to do that yet. 6 times 2 is 12. 4 times 4 plus 12 is 16. That's your answer. A little more complicated. I have 3 times 4 plus 6 divided by 2. So it's a little more complicated, but let's check. Do we have brackets? It's done. Do we have exponents? Nope. Do I have division or multiplication? I have 2 of them here. We're going to do 2 numbers at a time though. The first one that occurs to the left is 3 times 4. 3 times 4 is going to be 12. So we solve that first one. Copy the rest down. So this is plus 6 divided by 2. Now you may be tempted to go 18 divided by 2. Well, that's 9. But we still have a division here. So we can't check off the division multiplication until we've gotten rid of all of them. So we are going to work on the 6 divided by 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. We're going to bring the other numbers down. So I get 12 plus 3. Answer is actually going to be 15. When you're doing this, what you're doing, you're just chipping away at the numbers. 2 at a time until you get to a single number. I'm just going to check to make sure you can see my screen. Whoop. Last problem. The last one I'm going to show you involves brackets. So within my brackets, I have to do what's in the brackets first. So in here, all the other rules apply. So in my brackets, do I have any exponents? No, so we can move on. Do I have any division or multiplication? I have this one multiplication. This is where it gets a little interesting. We're going to copy down the rest of the problem as it is. 6 times 2 is 12. Close my bracket, minus 7. I still have something within my brackets, but do I have any more multiplication or division? None. We go to addition, subtraction. Well, there's my addition and subtraction. 12 plus 2 is going to give me 14. Now, as soon as we're down to a single number, just like 14, we can drop the brackets. There's no need for the brackets anymore. Bring down my minus 7. 14 minus 7, well, that's going to give me 7. Right? I'm going to show you one more quick one over here with an exponent. 2 squared plus 6 times 2. No brackets. We can keep going. I do have exponents. So remember, 2 squared is the same as 2 times 2. So here, I'm going to make this into 4 plus 6 times 2. Which one do I do first? Multiplication or addition? Multiplication. So I'm going to bring that down. 4 plus 12 equals, hey, we got 16. So that's really what I'm expecting, especially from the grade 6, 7s. If you try and do something even more complicated, take the risk. Go for it and see what happens. And if you have any questions, you can email me at pbmarlett@cbe.ab.ca. Any questions we can look at next week. Okay, thanks guys. Have a great week. Bye now.